I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be doing our LCK 2025 Winter Split Team Tier List. So for those of you guys who don't know this about me, I've been watching the LCK basically since the LCK 2015 Spring Split. Obviously, I started watching League of Legends competitively at the League of Legends 2014 World Championship, and that was when Samsung won the World Championship, Samsung White to be precise. Later on, they rebranded to being Samsung Galaxy, and then after that, they got to World's Finals and lost to SKT within one game. And the year after that, they 3-0'd the motherfuckers, got the first World Championship I had ever supported a team for. And after that, they became KSV and then GenG. And then they've basically been not winning World Championships since it became GenG, actually. But they've been winning LCK championships as well. Got their first international title last year in 2024. So I was really happy about that. As you guys know, I support RNG in the LPL, G2 Esports and LEC, and Cloud9 in the LCS for various different reasons. I've been with a lot of these orgs for literal years at this point. So, you know me. I'm a fan for life at this point. This man right here literally just started watching League in 2022 summer, and his team's already won 2 World Championships and been to the finals 3 times. That's crazy. That's insane. It took me I haven't had one of my teams win a World since 2017. Maybe GenG breaks that this year. GenG, can you break the curse this year? I'm on a dry spell here, everyone. But all jokes aside, I love watching the LCK, but I do not like watching KT roster. I hate watching them, but I hate watch them because it just gives me joy, actually. So there's gonna be after this video comes out, you guys are gonna be getting our T1 Doran video, because I know you guys really enjoyed our Cloud9 League of Legends failure video, and Chaz was like, "Hey, we should probably do more of these." And I was like, "You're probably right," and I realized to myself, I'm glad I got that Cloud9 video out to you guys before the season started, and to get the rest of these videos out to you guys will be seeing more of that content. So let's get right into it, all right? Chaz ended up sending me the link that was Cheap Esports, and we're going to be doing a tier list. Let's go. So I want to also make sure I preference this. Some of these players, I'm not saying I don't know the full capacity of how strong they are. So when we get to the spring split and the summer split, tier list, we can kind of know okay, this is kind of where this team is going to place. But for the most part, we should know where a lot of these guys go right now. Keep in mind, there's some big changes here with a lot of these LCK rosters. Some of them went very budget. Some of them went literally hitting the crack pipe. Like it was Nongshim just straight up hitting the crack pipe on this roster. DRX, as you guys know, is not just hitting a crack pipe. I think they're just broke and they have no money and they're just fucking taking shit out of the bargain bin at their Walmarts or some shit. And then we just have
what team was DN Freaks before?
They were a Kwang. Okay, so originally they were a Freak of Freaks, and then they were Kwangdong Freaks, and now they're just DN Freaks. Down Low Freaks? Hold on. Is that the real name? DN Freaks? Down Naga Freaks? Oh, I can't say the N-word on YouTube. Oh no. Oh crap. All right, so let's go. Let's go through some of these really bad teams. Yeah, because the better ones will have more, ways to talk about them, okay? Okay, so we have OK Savings Bank Breon. Breon, who's been perennially just god-awful in the LCK. Just straight up trash. Just do this for me, everyone. Watch GenG play against them, and you will understand how bad they are. There's bad teams, but this one is giga shit. Every roster they build is bad. They're always competing for 9th and 10th in any roster they build. It's actually amazing. So we have Morgan. We have people say it's Lord Morgan. Lord of what? He's trash. Lord Morgan sucks ass. He always stinks. He sucks. He's actually just straight up gig as shit. The only decent player on this roster is Closer. And ever since he left T1, when he was swapping in and out with Faker in the 2021 year, when they were doing that crazy T1 roster shifts constantly, he hasn't looked good since then. I don't know what to expect from this roster, but I do know that consistently, Breon is trash. Breon, you get to be in the fucking 8th to 10th place list. What about you, man? You good with that?
Yeah. Easily.
That's okay. Next one. We'll go over. Let's do down low freaks. Good lord. They have. So you have P06.
Doo-doo.
Doo-doo.
Don't forget doo-doo.
I was doo-doo.
They kept doo-doo.
Oh god. Okay. So
many things just like really big.
Oh god.
So imagine Bulldog was JoJo. JoJo was like, yo, doo-doo, can you stop playing like shit? Jesus, oh my god. I couldn't play with a motherfucker named Doo-doo. I'd be like, yeah, that's too much.
Stop laughing. So if he went 0-11, like that one comment said in our game, I'm like, you start playing like Doo-doo. And then they got life on their roster. Okay, this can't be serious. They're not trying to compete, man. They have life on their roster. Okay, so we got Doo-doo, who's not good. P06, who, as you guys know, was the world champion in 2022, went to Team Liquid, pretty much failed there. Got a little bit good toward the very end of his run on Team Liquid, came back on KT roster, and I swear that man was hitting the crack pipe because he was playing like literal shit last year. Man was just, I don't know, there for a paycheck. I don't know if he's burnt out from playing League of Legends this long. They swapped out their consistent jungler for P06, who was not consistent because remember, they had Cuz before. Bulldog, he's just okay. And you got my boy Berserker, left Cloud9 to go play on Doo-doo Freaks. Yeah, the Berserker was on Cloud9 that won those titles. Yeah, that Berserker's here. But keep in mind, Berserker did not play that well in 2024 either. And they're pairing him up with Life. Life is not good himself. I just don't know what to think of this roster. I'm thinking like highest they maybe get like, I'll put them in 5 to 7, honestly. What about you?
Yeah, I'll put them 5 to 7.
I think they'll be just perennially like mid. What's that thing kids say nowadays? Just mid. That would be the definition of literal mid.
Yeah, that's where you look at the tier list.
And keep in mind, this is how you know, like, nobody in the LCK values the LCS, because Berserker was just, like, putting its fist in, like, every ADC's ass over here beside, like, 2024. And they're like, you know what? Yeah, go prove yourself on down low freaks. They're like, all right. He's like, okay. Yeah, like, this is how you know nobody values shit in the LCS. Sorry, Berserker. You got to go play in the Slum Lords for a little bit there, buddy. But no, I do hope Berserker does well. You know, former Cloud9 ADC who it's crazy. Fun fact, he actually won more titles with Cloud9 than Sneaky did, even in his prime, actually, on Cloud9 too. Yeah, so, all right. What's the next roster you want to go? Let's do DRX, the World Championship or DRX. They haven't been.
None of them. I was about to say none of the motherfuckers is there.
They've not been good, basically, since then. They were not really ever good before then, unless you're talking about that roster they had. I mean, they were through a lot of name changes, so I don't count that. Like, when it's just DRX, they were only ever decent is when they had Chovy, Deft, and Keria. I'm not shitting. It was actually a roster before. Deft, Keria, and Chovy was a roster before.
What year was that? 2019?
2019, 2020, I think. Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah. Even Chovy can't carry this dog shit org. So they have Bitch, who used to be Dignitas' top laner, who was okay at some point, but then just became complete crap. Juhan and Sponge. Juhan, the guy that played one game at Worlds, and that basically makes him a world championship winner, because if you play like one game on that roster, you get to be counted as a world champion. They have Sponge. There's so many things I could say about that name. You have Yucal, who's really not ever been good since like 2018. He was only really ever good because he had Smeb, Mata, Deft, and Score on his roster. Ever since he didn't have those veteranship around him, he just been perennially irrelevant. Teddy, I do think Teddy's good. I do think he's great, honestly. former FKT T1 ADC, but you can't carry your roster this bad. I mean, yeah, you have UCal now, you have Rich. What do you think, man? I don't know, man. I'm thinking like, fuck. I'm thinking 8 to 10, honestly.
Yeah, I'm thinking 8 to 10.
Could be 5 to 7. Could be.
Nah. 8 to 10.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, man. If you're relying on UCal in the year of 2025, man, God bless your soul. All right, what's the next bad roster to do? Let's do
BRX.
You gonna do BRX? Okay. Clear. Yeah. Wrapped Vikla. I'm good. No, get your ass in the 10th. I'm
Diamond and Kellen.
Kellen
This went from deep. This motherfucker was the serve seed.
He was never good. He managed to make Worlds a few times. Got benched for that fat fuck Mohab. He got benched literally because the coach said bad gameplay. He was never good. He was always bad. He was never good. Ever. He sucked so much ass. He has horrible teeth. I don't know what this one motherfucker be eating. God, Vikla, that doesn't even need any explanation. Basically was in the LCK for a little bit, came to FlyQuest, just became, I don't even know, just lost his brain, went to the LPL, competed on Rare Atom, and now is just back here.
Yep.
This wrong. I'm putting that shit in 9.
Yeah, 8 to 10.
You're getting that 8 to 10 tier. All right. What's the next one you want to do? Let's do. You want to do Nongshim? Okay. Nongshim's roster: Kingen, Gideon, Fisher. Nah, I'll get your ass.
yeah. I'm gonna say yeah. Lehens.
What is this? Get my boy Lehens dirty. I get it. He ran it down in that GenG T1 series. He was actively feeding that series. He was like, you know what? If GenG can't win Worlds, I'll make sure I'm the guy that causes it. And Arnold was like, you know what? Since you caused me to lose to T1, our biggest rivals, get your ass on Nongshim. Prove yourself again. Send his ass. He even won an international title. He was actually sick when they won that title too. When he actually played very good in the
it was 4v5 and it didn't even matter because they beat the hell out of BLJ 4v5.
God. Jaiwoo has always been just okay. Fisher is just okay. Gideon, like I've seen some of these guys, they're just okay at best. There's nothing really good about them. Kingen only was ever decent at Worlds 2022. He's never been good at all. And you saw him if you guys saw that guy, that Kingen you saw last year is on that roster at Worlds. Good Lord, was he might have been the worst top laner at Worlds minus impact. Not saying something. I'm talking about main group stage, not like not playing stage. Because Kingen was actively feeding he was I've never seen a player play this bad. This guy was running it. So yeah, get your ass in 5 to 7. Now we're getting to the good rosters. Let's go. Let's do D plus Kia. Yeah. So we got Flaccid. That motherfucker's never hard. Showmaker, Aiming, and Barrel. So Barrel, as you guys know, world finalist consistently also a fat fuck. Can never stop eating. Motherfucker's always stuff in his face.
Hey, don't forget Thiwu.
Shit. Fucking hell, man. Showmaker, who got his form back. Also, he got his form back. He wasn't the reason why D Plus was bad this year. He actually did come back to form, but you can't do anything with a player like Flaccid. Flaccid has no concept of how to play macro at all. Unless I see a big change in that guy's way to play the game, I can't ever put them in the same tier as the other teams we're going to talk about. I can't. He's so actively dumb. He's mechanically very good, but you need more than that as a jungler to win. Aiming, I don't think he played well at Worlds, honestly. I had a lot of hopes for him at Worlds because I saw his 2023 year, which I thought was very, very good at Worlds, and mostly a good amount of last year. He was just running it. So hopefully this year he can get back to form. Barrel is just here for shot calling. He's not here if you want to actually win lane, for being honest here. Barrel is just, he can't win you lane, but he can sure win you some games with his shot calling. Maybe. Yeah. Well, at least enough to be like 5th. If you're a D plus Kia fan, you're not winning any titles with this roster. But you'll at least be in the conversation for like 5th. That's it. Now we're getting to the big dogs. Which one you want? You do KT?
KT roster.
Or KT. Perfect cuz BDD Duck Dom and Way. Do you know the Way? So
Nah.
Way is their hyped up academy prospect that they were excited on promoting. Duck Dom, as you guys remember him, he was on D plus Kia when they made World's Top 8. He was with D plus that year as well. He was on DRX just actively feeding every game possible at one point. And I'm pretty sure, he was also on FPX, remember? He was on that roster with Milky Way. He was also with Life. Yeah, Duck Dom is just not even mid. What's below mid?
Trash. Cheeks.
Okay. All right. I wasn't expecting that one. God.
Meh. Just meh.
It's like when you eat plain late. Yeah, it's like if you eat just Lay's chips with no just plain Lay's chips.
Yeah,
he's not even that player that can kind of win you some games or lose you some games. He just loses you games. Just beating Duck Dom. So we have BDD. I think he played well in 2024. He definitely had his up and down moments, but to be fair, that's what you kind of get when you sign to be on with KT. Cuz is coming back to KT. He was on KT before. He likes playing with BDD. That's the reason why they got him back together, the mid-jungle synergy. But I think he's the only player that can work with BDD well. So this is kind of like a lateral move. Maybe an upgrade because PO Stick was PO shit most of the year, honestly. And then we have Perfect. He had a rookie year in 2024. He didn't even look like a decent rookie.
The issue
with
KT 2024, they were just old. PO Stick, Death, and Barrel. All their juice went out in that world.
KT was like, let's just get the band together. World 2022 roster, baby. No. Literally no.
Barrel was drying out. Death's been done, and PO Stick wasted all his talents in America.
After Death failed on KT, motherfucker was like, I gotta go in the military service. Holy shit. Keep in mind, they have a military service in Korea where you have to do it. But I just find it so funny that after he failed on KT for Death, he was like, you know what? Military service has to be better than playing in this dog shit org. KT is just the epitome of just vitality for the LCK. There must be an orgy of Diddy freak-offs in their fucking house because it's always full of shit. It's either it could be the best thing ever. It's like if Amaranth pulled your pants down and just give you that Gok 3000, made you fucking come and your eyes just rolled back, or you're getting fisted by Chucky in a bathroom, having him dig all your shit out. That's the equivalent of KT. It's either the best day you ever had or probably the worst day you ever had. Where are you putting KT? I'm putting them at just fourth.
Yeah.
They were pretty much fourth all last year anyway. So, all right, let's get to the big dogs. Top 3. Baby, let's go GenG. Let's go GenG. GenG's roster is basically the same as last year with the top side. So King, Canyon, Chovy, and Ruler's coming back. People are like, well, where's Pays going? Pays is going to JDG.
They traded. They pretty much just swapped.
Yeah. So if they didn't have any money, so they probably just bought out Ruler's contract and gave them Pays as hey, I don't have to pay his buyout fee or whatever.
Yeah.
And Pays is going to go to JDG. So apparently GenG and JDG just have a decent relationship, which is fine. I think, but keep in mind, I think the reason why they did it is they don't want Pays competing with them in the LCK. I don't think it was because they actually. It's that cynical move teams do where they I don't want my best player competing against me, so I'll just send you away so you don't fight against me.
Who was it that sent Hanwha to Team Liquid?
Yeah, it was Rogue. Rogue sent Hanwha to Team Liquid. He was like, 1 year in NA? Nah, I just gotta go back to Europe.
That motherfucker gets PTSD anytime someone bring up Team Liquid. He treats that shit like Vietnam. That was just Vietnam. No. Motherfucker spent all that money out. Motherfucker's team would get top 3.
I went to Team Liquid, just got the bag, and then just ran it down and left. Because we know he's good, because we see his gameplay. He's not bad. It's just his brain was off. So Ruler's back on GenG, and we have Duro. I think I remember who Duro is. He's a decent engaged support. Now, keep in mind, the only reason why Duro's here is because they probably spent all their money on retaining Chovy, Canyon, and Keen and buying back Ruler and giving them Pays. They kind of just probably just had a nickel. They were like, you know what? Who's worth a nickel? Duro. Cool. They should have never gotten rid of Delight. I just don't agree with them ever getting rid of Delight. I think it was a horrible move. But then again, GenG's the org with not a lot of money, so they have to kind of make the best moves with the money that they have. So I think with this roster, because keep in mind, Rula didn't play that well in 2024 with JDG, but that's a different story for another day, because that roster was dog shit.
Who was their middle laner?
Your W.
Your gal. Oh, I got started to LG. Nope, fuck that. How much we gonna need to pay on Scout? That motherfucker threw the bag. He was like, I'd rather go broke to play with your gal. I'd rather go broke.
Oh shit! Gala literally went, I'll give up my year's worth of life savings to play.
That's like when black dudes date fat white girls instead of dating pretty black chicks. It's like she's more peaceful. I was like, oh shit. Damn.
Oh shit. God, man. Gala literally said, I will give up my entire life savings if it means I don't have to play with Yagao. Please never. Gala was content with just getting top 8, for being honest here. That man paid $2 million for a top 8. Couldn't be me. But if you're talking about Ruler, I think Ruler can get back to that top 3 ADC in the league. I think he can. I think he is one if you're looking at just on paper alone. But if you're looking at his 2024 year compared to now, with a new support, I don't know how he's going to pair up with Duro. That's like the only real question mark. We know Canyon and Chovy and Keen kind of run the league. We know
just looking at it right now, he's top 3. Just off name alone.
Yeah.
Like,
if he can get back into form and if he can be a good pair with Duro, they're going to be one of the best, if not the best roster. Just depends on the other team we talk about. So the big problem with GenG that I had last year was that the thing that Whipple said about them when he faced up against them, they put all their eggs in the Chovy's basket. There was moments last year where they only just all in on Chovy. Did it work at some points? Yeah, in the spring finals against T1 last year. You forget, T1 were very close to beating them in that series in spring. Chovy had to pull his pants up, grow a 9-inch dick, and be like, give me the wheel. I'll take you.
He's Thanos. He when he turned the chairs to, fine, I'll do this myself. That's what Chovy did. Because
Canyon and Pays were not having a good series at all. Oh, sorry, not Pays. Canyon and Keen were having a rough series against T1. Yeah. So if they know how to diversify some of their carry potential, you count Lahens? Oh shit, they're playing 4v5 the whole year. So if they know how to basically diversify another carry role and make sure it's an efficient carry role in either Keen or Canyon, I think they'll do fine. Does this roster give me the confidence they're going to win a trophy either in winter or in summer? I don't know. It really just depends on the bot lane. If the bot lane is good, you're looking at a first place team here. If the bot lane is not good and they're inconsistent and they don't mesh very well, probably looking at a third place team. I think at the minimum, you're going to get a third place team. Best first place. Just depends. It literally just depends on the bot lane because people are like, oh my God, Ruler's coming back. If we're being fair here, Pays had a better year than Ruler did. If we're being fair, honestly. They just think Ruler has a higher peak than Pays. That's the reason why they're bringing him back. So, what do you think?
Yeah.
You think first to second, or are you saying third to fourth? That's a tough one.
You're going to be surprised when I put it next to KT. I'm going to put GenG 1 and 2.
Okay. I was going to say either first or second.
Yeah.
Because people know Chovy kind of not just...
Yeah.
Great. Gapes everyone, apparently. He just gapes everyone. All right. So let's do Hanwha Life Esports.
Yeah.
Let's go. So we'll save the world champions for the last. Hanwha Life Esports. So basically they have the same roster, except for Doran. So the roster you guys saw them have last year, it's just minus Doran, add Zeus. And we're gonna cover the controversy in the T1 video. So we're not gonna do it here.
Yeah.
People are thinking it's gonna be the best team. Competing with GenG and T1, obviously. There's going to be the huge rivalry. Start the freaking year off with them against each other. Put Hanwha Life versus T1. First matchup.
Of course they do.
Or if they at some point do, that is going to be the highest viewed regular season game almost probably ever. I'm calling it right now. Highest viewed regular season game by far. What happened in the offseason, that you guys will know about in the second video we do, is wild. So is Zeus the piece that they need to win another title? Because keep in mind, they won their very first title as an org just last year's summer. They've been Hanwha Life guys since 27. No, they've been Hanwha Life since like what 20. think it's
18,
late
20.
2017, 2018. Guys, Hanwha's been here for like forever, honestly. They only started making playoffs recently when they changed the format because they would always get like 6th and LCK playoffs would be like 5th to even just get in. So they finally won their first trophy, which was last LCK 2024 Summer Split. They beat GenG. Can they do it again? Because this is the reigning champion right here with the 4 pieces. All they're doing is just adding Zeus. Because people in the regular season, typically, they're like 2nd to 3rd. Typically. It just depends where you get them at. I don't know. If we're going off of Hanwha Life, they would have to be like, just going off to this alone, probably 1st to 2nd, honestly. Have to be. Where else would you put them at? But I don't know what you're going to say for them, so it's up to you.
Hanwha Life. I think they're my number 1 seed team going in.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now we have T1. Same thing with Hanwha Life. Everyone else is kept, except for the top laner. They're swapping. Doran, that swapped is a strong word. They have now Doran. Yeah, it's the same Doran that won the LCK 2024 Summer Splits, now in T1. I think, given their roster, 3rd to 4th's not that bad.
I got them 3rd seed. I think I got them 3rd seed going into the playoff. I think T1.
You think they can punch up?
I think T1 could win spring and get the spring title. I think with Doran, they're going to have a hard time internationally. I think with Hanwha Life and T1 swapping top laners, I think both teams now are equal. Last year, I felt T1 overall was slightly better, but Hanwha Life adjusted better towards T1 play style. I'm
actually glad you mentioned that because there's a good reason that Hanwha Life are going to struggle at some point in the year. People need to understand this about League, because I know you understand this concept too. Resources in League cannot be distributed equally unless someone is just a hard carry player that can just get the resources themselves just by winning lane, right? There could be a chance on this roster that you have not too many cooks in the kitchen, a resource distribution problem where like everyone kind of wants to be the carry, and because essentially this is a super team. So most super teams in League do not work outside of like the G2 one that worked very well. There's not many super teams in League that ever work. So do they have the highest ceiling? Yes. But that only depends on if Zeus can integrate to the roster very well. Because keep in mind, Owner played to Zeus a lot. Owner actually gave him a lot of resources and a lot of time in top lane. I don't know, is Peanut going to do that? I don't typically see Peanut playing towards top lanes very well.
And that's the biggest issue too. Like, that's the biggest issue as well. Or does Zeus get a little reckless? Because he at times turned into the Shy 2.0.
Yeah, he had moments where he was, man, he didn't adjust to the lane swap very well until later on. But then again, you don't have that this year because they removed that by updating the game. Yeah. If he is the hard carry player that T1 were very mad at that they lost, Hanwha's going to do very well. But it really just depends on synergy, right? Because remember last year what happened with Cloud9? Everyone was like, oh, they're going to be a super team. I did it. I said it too. So I'm not on my fault myself. It's always a thing that people kind of lack when talking about these things is that they forget if these players do not synergize very well. It's just one addition. Keep in mind, we've had a lot of teams win a trophy, minus one player, get a quote-unquote better player, and then look worse as a result of it. Yeah. I mean, look what happened to NRG. They lost Ignar. God, who he looked so much worse, right? And it's very easy up front to go like, okay, that's a nice upgrade. Now they're going to win everything. But it's also quickly you also forget that very piece you upgraded could be the one that makes you even worse long-term. So, and then that also is applicable to T1 as well. So they're obviously very mad they don't have Zeus anymore for good reason because he's obviously one of the best top players in the world. But now you're looking at it as if like, okay, if Doran can play well domestically and kind of clutch it out in playoff games that have to either have to win a trophy or get them further. Keep in mind, Doran's actually beaten Zeus in a handful of really important matches. The reason why no one really kind of counts that to the fullest extent is because people know Zeus is the overall better player. But I do not think that people act like they're getting like some ace plays top laner. That's not true. Hopefully T1 staff can get this guy to basically play like he did against Zeus in those championship games consistently.
Not even like that. If he could be the utility, they need him to be the utility Swiss army guy. You need a tank guy, all right, cool. We're gonna put resources to you, Dora, all right, cool. Like,
can he be the Scion guy? If he's like the Scion guy, or he can play a few carries very well. It just depends on how they're gonna utilize him. And the way he's utilized will make or break how people view him. Guys, keep in mind, if Hanwha got rid of him, T1 wasn't trying to get him. This was more like a last minute, I have to sign this guy because I think Zeus is gone. They didn't initially want this guy, if I'm being completely honest here. This is actually his last shot at competing. If he doesn't win something for T1, I'm talking like domestically or internationally, he's done. And every single reason why T1's going to fail, I'm not saying they are, fans are going to blame him. He's going to get the majority of the blame on anything. Literally, Faker could run it down an entire split, and they would still blame Doran for it. That's how crazy some of these teams are.
That's the same thing that happened with your team, Philadelphia Eagles.
Yep.
Andy Reid had down Michael Vick the whole they did well. Andy Reid leaves for Kansas City. They get Chip Kelly. Offensive genius. Team sucks.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't look at the players not playing well and aging up. They looked at the coach. Even though half these players were ass by this time.
Yeah. That's the problem with League 2, is that like everyone just blames the coaches, and it's like, you guys know it's also what happens in the game as well. Like some of the players are not playing well. A coach can't fix that. Like no coach in the LCK. I mean, maybe in the LCK because it's not the LCS. I don't think some of these guys are who teaches Faker how to play the game. He ain't listening to you. He's what he does. Look at my trophies. And that's it.
Yeah.
To his trophy captain. Do I gotta listen to you? He probably doesn't do that. They're different over there a little bit, but that's
like the same thing that happened when Tom Brady left. But I think with Faker, he has enough respect that he could probably see another point of view from the coach.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. People understand what T1 is. I know people also disrespect some of the T1 players weirdly, even though like they'll see them clap people. The problem with T1's roster is not even just the fact that they have Dora now. They have extremely highest highs. We're talking like winning worlds consistently. If these guys start playing low, it's like, wow. This is unbelievable.
Think in the sense of Tom Brady. It could be, think about it. Zeus was one of the better players who got MVP, Faker. Think about it. Tom Brady was kind of shit against Atlanta. I don't think Tom Brady got.
He wasn't even the one who scored all the points for them to win. They just remember, it's Tom Brady in the roster, so he must have been the reason why they made it.
But he was throwing the ball,
Fair enough.
Julian Edelman caught that pass where he damn near almost dropped that shit. And then Atlanta being stupid. It was like, you see with T1, like
you understand the reason why Zays potentially left is because even if he's the best top player in the world, he gets no respect.
Plus, I think also T1 might have slightly ran out of money. This is what I'm saying.
No, I don't think it did. I'll go to the next video. I think they were mid-maxing. They weren't paying them all that much money. If you look at some of the contracts, Faker was paid millions, not the other guys. The other guys they were mid-maxing.
I think with Faker needs to have one of those contracts where they don't even like actually pay you. They pay you like an equity thing where
you a piece of shit.
Think about it. This motherfucker been there. No, in a sense where this motherfucker been there like carrying with a diaper where Faker was playing league. Like
he's gonna be shitting his pants when he plays GenG. Gotta admit that was god banger.
God
damn. But so yeah, guys, that is our LCK 2025 Winter Split Team Tier List. So, any other closing thoughts?
Was Tom Brady the best quarterback in the league at any point in his career? Yes, but he didn't win Super Bowls when he was. That's the crazy part. For 10 years, Tom Brady, not even 10 years, but like I would say about good 3 years, Tom Brady was.
Oh no, I was gonna say, do you have any final thoughts about the upcoming split? You think you're good where you're at? Any other things you
Oh
would like
yeah.
to let people know?
Uh, I top three
Okay.
teams.
I'll ask you this: do you think any of the teams below Damwon's rank, between 5 and 7, can punch up?
I think D and Freaks. I think Berserker might surprise some people. Berserker could possibly
I say
surprise
right
some
now,
people.
Berserker, if you have a good year, hell, you might get to play on one of the bigger dogs rosters.
Life would be the.
Life should be in the dumpster.
He'll be
That's where
the
he should be.
determining factor. I think the worst team might be end up being Doc Shiv. Just looking at him.
Bro,
I think
Brian's
Brian's gonna play a lot of games close. DRX could easily be.
They always did though. Brian always did that. They always would randomly play like T1 and GenG close, but then they would fail on closing out a game ever. They would always just lose it.
DRX might actually go 0-18. I can see that team go 0-18. they might just get blasted. Like not like I could see Freaks going 9-9. Might take a game off T1 because T1 decided not to show up that day. You know, sometimes the T1 doesn't show up on certain days.
Oh, that's the last thing I want to say before we get to the T1 video. Meta shifts. Meta shifts are one of the biggest reasons why T1 struggled a lot in summer. Most of the time, it's not ever that bad. I will say a lot of people exaggerated that. But if there's a meta where top lanes have to carry, that's not going to look good for Doran. Just pointing it out there. That's going to be pretty bad. So you're going to need a backup plan. I'm sorry. You need a backup plan for that. Because if there's a meta where he has to be a carry,
it's going to like really boom. I think if there's a meta where top lane
it's just tanks.
Carries, Hololive beats number 1, GenG's number 2. I'm 50-50 on Teed. Like if I had to rank top 3 in each position, I think I think GenG, Hololive, and T1 has the top 3 in each position, in each role. I think Darrow might be the only one where
Darrow's the weakest support out of them. Yeah,
I might be like Darrow wise. I might say Barrel might be better than Darrow.
Yeah,
Barrel, but I don't play anybody over Doran, Davis, and Keed.
Obviously, yeah.
Because
keep in mind, if people understand, Doran's like what the 4th best top laner. After him, it's just a gap. Like that, the hole I left in Amaranth's booty hole after I pounded her.
K and Peta and Oder. Yeah, I think the only jungler that could probably
maybe.
Cuz is the only one.
Cuz is pretty consistent. Yeah.
Mid lane Showmaker. I think Showmaker.
Hey man, maybe Piotr gets to play on T1.
He'll never play unless Piotr rolls.
Unless he literally just bought his roster. I'll give you guys my life savings to play on T1.
Unless he roll swaps.
That'd be terrible.
Mid lane, top 3, it's gonna be GenG, Hololive. T1, Showmaker might be the only one that I can say sometimes competes with Faker well.
Yeah, BDD can kind of punch up, I would say, every once in a while.
Who?
BDD.
BDD. He can. ADC, Ruler, Viper, Google UC.
You said Berserker can surprise? You think he can?
Berserker, I think Berserker can surprise. Aiming, maybe. And then Aiming is a 50-50 with him. I feel like Aiming can punch up, but I'll put more faith in Berserker.
Yeah.
Than Aiming, but I feel like both of them can punch up. And for support, Barrel, because the 2 guys that were on good teams last year dropped all the way to shit teams. Kellen is on Fear. I have no faith in him. You got Vikla as your mid laner. That's enough said. And Lehen is on Donction. Like shit. I can't even.
If Lehens plays like he did in 2024, you might as well just like that roster just might be the most giggest shit roster I've ever seen.
If King and Lehens
Kingen and Lehen's in the same roster.
If they can't turn back, Nongshim might be the 0-18 team.
They're always bad though. Nongshim's always bad. Like, bro, Nongshim and DRX. No, bro, Nongshim and BRX are always competing for like 8th to 10th. No, remember last year? Last year was the only year BRX was kind of somewhat in there, but not really, because the LCK has been kind of weak in some of the bottom teams. Most of these rosters are sitting here competing for like 9th. So, yep. So hopefully you guys enjoyed our tier list. So hashtag GenG. We're taking the Summer's Cup home this year. We're going to be lifting that trophy. GenG World Champions.
He will go for that 3-peat.
Damn. Imagine if they get to the finals with Doran, his whole career is reignited. He's going to be getting some offers.
Yeah, GG's, yeah.
If T1 win Worlds this year, you guys' favorite dude might have to get on that bridge. I can't win Worlds.
Oh my god.
As long as we win a trophy this year, I'll be happy.
Yeah, you're going to have IW Dominate going to have to eat his words again. Eat all that crow.
Oh, God. When someone said that Gumayusi, and keep in mind, I get it. T1 wasn't playing that well when this happened. When someone said Gumayusi wasn't a top 3 ADC in the world, I'm like, you think he's forever? You think he's gonna be that? No. If you think he's not,
last year when motherfuckers were saying depth is better than Gumayusi, I'm like, in what world?
Okay, that's just crack. That's crack inducing. What? Even when Gumayusi, he can play bad at some points because there's some champions he's not good at. But if he doesn't play the champions he's not good at, he actually just straight up just beats the shit out of people.
Yeah.
For Worlds 2024, he was my MVP. I've never seen an ADC play that well. He had insane positioning, put out great damage in team fights. He didn't die a single time until the GenG T1 series in game 2 of the semifinals. You know how hard that is to do at Worlds? That for me right there is the single best ADC fucking performance I've ever seen in my entire life. And I've been watching him for like 10 years. My God, just amazing positioning of that guy, which is crazy because he wasn't playing that well in summer at all. He was running it in summer. So maybe they just turned their brains off at some point, you know? Also, before we go, clear this up because I know those T1 fans are going to watch this. Let's just, no, do the next video. It's more juicy in the next video. I'll keep that for my point. Yeah. So thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King. We're signing out, guys. See you guys later. Peace. Deuces.